What's going on, everybody? Back yet again. Back here, Average Gamer guys. We're cracking another Spider-Man collector booster box. You know how we do it here. Let's get right into it. I have, maybe unlike some folks, really enjoyed this set. Now, I know that, not as well received. I know this product got its fair share of scrutiny, which I think is fair. Some of the pull rates have been tough, but our last box was quite good. This one's looking a little crinkly, but we're hoping for some good pulls here today. And of course, we are after a Soulstone. Now, I, of course, want the Cosmic Foil. I would love, though, I would really love, and I think I'd be super stoked with the Thanos Soulstone. I think the art is absolutely amazing. I've had the chance to actually not see the card in person, but see it pulled in a few different sources. So pretty stoked. There is the spectacular Spider-Man that we can grab as well, which would be awesome pulls. There's a couple of the bad guys. I think Norman Osborn's pretty high on my list, and then we have a handful of the comic versions of the human heroes. Peter Parker, Miles Morales would be really cool. We've gotten some great Gwen Stacy's, so that's pretty awesome. So that's kind of on the list of things to grab today. Certainly hopeful. Obviously, there is a couple of the kind of bonus sheet cards that would be awesome to hit as well. I'm going to see if these packs are any easier to open, and they are not. All right, we're going to save ourselves the time, the energy, and the effort, and rip them this way. Hopefully you're doing good. Hopefully you've had a chance and enjoyed this product. No, I have. Let's get into it here. Not a ton of commons or uncommons we're looking for, but front slot Soulstones, we've hit one, so they do exist. Excited to see, can we hit another? Can we get any good back spot hits? Let's see. All right, getting started. Iron Spider Stark upgrade. Ooh, little black cat, cunning thief in the comic book art. That's cool. Spider-Ham, Peter Porker, very nice. A couple different arts of this. This one's cool. I like that he's got the big mallet. Ooh, nice. Line binding and an MJ. We've seen this MJ already, but very cool. I like it. I like the comic book strip art. From the bonus sheet, what am I hoping for? I think Parallel Lives, big hit. There's one other that I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't know. There's some cool cards there. So there's quite a bit that I wouldn't mind, honestly. Frontman Hydro Man in foil. Extended art Rent is Due. There's a Doc Ock from the scene box. How about a Hex? I don't think we've seen this one before. This is cool. Destroy 6 target creatures. Look at that. That's neat. And Spinneret and Spiderling. Okay, so the Mythics do have to carry us a little bit. From a rare perspective, Multiversal Passage still looking pretty nice. There's a handful of other good rares that we would not mind. Got a Plains and a Morlun. Powering some spiders. A Jackal. What's this? A Scarlet Spider. Ben Riley. Pretty cool. How about a Goblin Bombardment in foil? That's neat. Haven't seen this yet either. That's cool, actually. That's a neat Goblin Bombardment. It really is. It looks great in foil, by the way. That is cool. I like that a lot. Ooh. And Aranya in the Web Slinger Fame in foil. All right, need some good mythic hits here. Forest. How about a Doc Ock's Tentacles? This is my pre-release stamp card. How about a Clone Saga in the comic book, which is very cool. Ooh, nice. Extended art Electro is cool. Like to see that. Ooh, and a Winds of Change. This is a nice one. This is a nice one. I actually have a deck that I want to put this in. This is sick. This is really cool. I'm putting this in the hits pile. This is a pretty good one, too. This is up there for sure for the bonus sheet. I like that a lot. And... oh my gosh. Okay. Well, we wanted good hits. Holy moly, this looks so sweet. That's unbelievably cool. Wow. That is amazing. That is actually amazing. That really is. That is so sick. That's a good one, ladies and gents. This might be up there for the best one. So I think of all of the flip comic book arts. Not one that I named, but is one that I am very happy to pull. That is so cool. Wow. Okay, well, Eddie, you're gonna hang out down there in our hits pile. Not bad. I'll take a few more of those good back slot hits. That was a great pack. Electro, Winds of Change, Eddie Brock. It can get better, but not by very much, honestly. Swamp. Ooh, into a Shadow of the Goblin. A little foily action. Ultimate Green Goblin. There's an MJ. Oh, cool Shock. I don't think I've seen this one yet either. I'm getting some good variety here in the special guest sheet, which I'm actually really happy about. That's cool. And a foil. Extended art. Rent is due. Wow. Eddie. Very cool. Mountain. Spider-Man 2099. I like the art on this, by the way. Very cool. It's good in foil. Parker Luck. Into another 2099. Into Smack. Counterspell. Into a Spider Sense. All right. First half, a couple of good hits. Some decent stuff throughout. Nothing crazy. The exception of an Eddie Brock. Which is for about half the box, maybe a little more. Especially as prices have continued to go down. Foil Craven. Arachne. Then we got something cool behind it. A Reprieve in foil. This is our second Ghost Spider Gwen Stacy. I don't know. I really like the back art of this. The other one where she's like high kicking is cool. This art is neat. This art is really neat. The one where she's leaning is really cool too. I like the web sling frame. I really like the back of this one though. I don't know. The high kick one is pretty sweet too. They're both cool. That's a great hit. Cool little Reprieve in foil. I like that he's just chilling. And extended art, Strength of Will. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. How about a Thanos Soulstone? That would be pretty dang awesome. Planes. Lethal Protection. This is actually really cool too. Neat. There's an Aranya. Seen that already. There it is. Nice hit. We've done actually really well in these boxes on the multiversal passages. So I am happy with that. And I do really like the art. I think the art on that is pretty sick. Oh, I have not seen a 9 Lives yet either. Wow, that's cool. That's actually really sick. I don't know if that's any good, but that's a neat art. And an extended art Sandman. He's shifting. He's a shifty boy. Swampy. Superior Spider-Man. An extended art Villainous Wrath. Very cool. Extended art Spider Sense. Yes, I have not seen this yet either. Very cool. Venom, King in Black. I am getting the Venom box today. That is not bad. This is a Skitherix, the Blight Dragon, Flying Infect. That is such a cool art. This in foil would have been super dope. I love this, though. That is awesome. And a foil. Mr. Negative. I gotta say, this, the foiling on this and the extended art is super cool. The art on this is amazing. The card, I don't know, in the right deck. I guess 5/5, but for 7, that makes sense. I guess you don't want it to be too much cheaper and have the ability to exchange life totals. My third rent is due. Somebody's telling me something. Second Hydro Man. The bombs. What is this? Ooh. This has been another very nice box. Parallel Lives. This is a really cool art. And this is a nice one. Special, the bonus sheet here. Certainly helping to lift this box up a bit. Especially with my Eddie. Backslot Eddie. That is cool. Very nice. And a Carnage in foil. I really like the comic book art Carnage here. Does a neat job of like showing the character and a little bit of a close-up action. That's cool. That is cool. All right, 2 packs to go here. I'd say no. I'm gonna get told I should have put it in a sleeve. It's fine. All it did was fall on the ground onto some carpet. It's okay. Got cushioned by all the pack wrappers down there. Island. Hey, that's a good front slot. Rare hit. Hide on the ceiling. Extended art. Very nice. Ooh, okay. Another first. Wow. Literally have not seen a single one of these. Spider-Verse extended art. Legend rule doesn't apply. And copy it. That's really cool. I love the art on that too. Kind of like Multiversal Passage, right? Very neat. Nice hit. Oh, yo, this in foil is super dope. That is really cool. Wow. That's neat. That is really neat. And an extended art Craven to finish this. All right, last pack here. I feel like one more really good hit. This definitely, I don't know, our second collector box was quite good. It was quite good. This one though, I don't know, might be taking the cake. Pretty good. We did get the Soul Stone in the last one, so if we see a Soul Stone here, that'd be nice. Would be nice. How about a Silk Web Weaver to a Spider Woman? I feel like you see this card a lot. And a Craven. And a Rest in Peace. Again, I felt like I haven't seen an immense amount of duplication in the crossbar boxes in the special guest slot, so I am really happy about that. We gotten a good cross section of the cards. And lastly, what do we have here? We have a Rest in Peace. Listen, pretty cool. Pretty cool box. Eddie's a neat hit. For sure. Some other good stuff, I'm sure, in here. Like Hide on the Ceiling, again, kind of curious where that's going to land. Do these other things. I'm happy for the Villainous Wrath. The 9 lives is really neat. Goblin Bombardment. We got some cool special guest ones in foil there. X is cool too. Okay, and then I'm gonna call it the Hitties. I really like this tangle, like a lot. That is just really cool. Neat Spider-Verse. The Passage, foil. The Parallel Lives, great hits. Our Skitherix. This was the Venom box for sure. Another Passage. Another Gwen. Another one. Winds of Change, very cool. Nice little Standard Art Electro. And of course, the piece de Resistance. Eddie Brock. Looking good. Looking really good. That is so cool. Good box. Very happy with this. Quite happy. I have genuinely enjoyed cracking these open. I really do. I like the set. I like the art. I like the special guest sheet. A lot for me to like. Unfortunately, no crazy Soul Stones. No crazy spectacular Spider-Mans. Still missing out on a few again. Norman would have been really, really sweet. Trying to think. Haven't hit one of the good Peters or the Miles Morales. We got a couple of decent versions of those across a couple of boxes, but still a few chase hits from that. But other than that, pretty good. Pretty good 3 boxes. Doubt we'll jump into it again, but you never know as prices and things continue to change. So I'll just say thanks. If you enjoy pack openings, do a lot of these every Wednesday, so be sure to stay tuned. We'll be jumping into some new sets and some older stuff, excuse me, as we go here. So be sure to stick around, hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate it. Likes, comments are always great. And yeah, catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.